Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Old Man Logan Annual #1. One annual? That's it? After all those issues? This should be like annual #3. Somebody dropped the ball someplace. Anyhow, this was fun. Ed Brisson doing the writing, Simone DiMeo doing the art, Dono Sanchez Almara doing the colors, and VC's Corey Petit does the letters. Cover artist by Shane Davis, Michelle Delecki, and Val Staples. Oh, cool, Val. And Gerardo Senodevel and Eric Arcianega on variant color arts. Yeah, these colors and the tininess of this print, not good for my eyes. So there's another story in the back too, not a Punisher War Journal, but a Punisher Wastelands Journal. It was all right. This story in and of itself, there's a comment in the back about how this kid had to do a lot of mental gymnastics in order to be okay and convince himself of doing the bad things that he was doing. That's the main bad guy named Panhead. This is the Wastelands, don't forget that. And all the good superhero names have been taken. That's why everybody's like, oh, I'm going to be the Electros or whatever they're calling themselves. These bad guys were the Punishers. So I find that interesting because every single person here, Old Man Logan doesn't seem to notice that here. I wonder if Ed Brisson does. Every single person in this comic book has to do mental gymnastics in order to be okay with what they're doing, what they're thinking, what they're saying. We know that the story with Wolverine in the future was that he finally unsheathed his claws because he did everything within his power to keep his family alive. And just for the sake of being a jerk, the Hulk gang decided to eat his family. Sorry, could you imagine finding out that your wife and your kids were eaten? Yeah, I wouldn't be cool with that. So I understand 100% why Wolverine did the things that he did what he did, There's no mental gymnastics to that. That's pure reaction. These people here, some of them want to blame Wolverine. You're the reason why they're doing this. At least the Hulk gang had some kind of order. He has an order that involved eating my family. Sorry, lady. I don't really care what you've got to say. Basically, he could have been like, dude, your family's none of my business. I don't even want to hear about it, So, I don't know. Like, everybody's... It's a funny thing because the Wasteland is obviously a very hard place to survive. You wonder, like, why would these people have kids? But I guess it's like innate in the human race to continue to try and procreate, right? For the most part. And, oh, man. So there was a lot of morality in here in question. A whole lot. From the beginning to the end of this comic book, of this story in the comic book. A lot of morality issues. As far as all the action here, it went a lot. This just didn't stop. Like, people constantly getting shot in the head, in the face. One person got clawed in the chest. I mean, people are just getting jacked up. What I will say, though, is that this cover kind of led me to a bit of disappointment in what I was going to see on the inside, because I was expecting these two to be fighting. That's what it looked like was happening here, right? Well, it's not what's happening. First off, Baby Hulk appears to not even be in this comic. And as far as these two are concerned, they're actually friends in this, which I liked so much better than the idea of them fighting each other. Because what the heck are they going to fight each other about? Is Frank just going to be an idiot and be like, oh, you're the reason why this happened because Mysterio tricked you and you killed your friends? And come on, dude. So I'm much happier with the way that they went in this comic book and the idea that these two are actually friends. The way that the comic book ended, I will say that it almost feels like it missed a beat, yet it was still amazing. I felt like one more little thing, and I don't even know what it was, but I feel like there was one little piece to the puzzle or one little string missing from this, but for all intents and purposes, this was a really good story. You know what, maybe I'll even give it another read a little bit later on, maybe tomorrow or something like that. Just, knowing what I'm going to be seeing. Because Frank keeps on saying, they stole my memories, I have to get my memories back. I'm thinking to myself, what is this guy talking about? And then suddenly it all makes sense. That was a really great twist. That was impressive. Guys, I'm going to recommend this comic book, man. I mean, this was really good. Like, it's Ed Brisson. Ed Brisson's the guy. Oh, there it is. He's the guy who, like, the art team is not the same, okay? It is drawn differently. Some things are not that good, but for the most part, the art is very, very good. But Ed Brisson, who he typically writes the Old Man Logan comic book as of late, wrote the Annual. And I'm impressed. This was good. All right, guys, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.